This is the MSI Vigor GK70 mechanical gaming keyboard with MX cherry red switches that MSI UK have shipped out to me, and I've been playing around with it for the past few days now. And it's only just released today, so anyway, here's a video showing off this piece of kit. What was in the box? Well, you get the keyboard itself, a keycap remover, and a set of MSI gaming keycaps. These have a grippier rubber finish on the top, and on the sides is a semi-transparent red plastic, which when the RGB light passes through, will make these particular keys glow red. The idea here being that you could set it to some of the more important keys you use for weapon switching or building with Fortnite in mind, and they don't actually have letters on them, so can be put anywhere, but you better commit to your muscle memory these keys because you might miss them otherwise. But I guess you would do anyway, because you're not really looking at the keyboard if you're playing a game. There is also a normal set of WASD keys, as a default WASD on the GK70 has a metallic finish on the top with that red transparent material underneath. I quite like these keys actually, and they're especially good for tuning your muscle memory early on, getting used to the board, as they have edges on the left at the top and the right, so on the W it's upwards, on the A it's to the left, and on the D it's to the right, and they kind of curve slightly up, but it's not too much that you are getting stuck on the keys, just enough to build up your muscle memory. Getting to the keyboard itself, it's a smaller form factor Tenkeyless keyboard. I may actually be pronouncing that wrong, maybe it's Tenkeyless, but in short it's basically missing the numpad and some keys around it. But if you're an FPS player like me and are playing with a lower mouse sensitivity, or if you have a smaller desk space, or even if your comfortable positioning of keyboard and mouse are meshing, which mine kind of are because my desk is big enough, but the way I put my keyboard and mouse at the moment, they sort of bang into each other. And with my particular setup, my Logitech G502, it's got two keys on the side, and when this bashes into the keyboard, which it often does, it could be a weapon switch or putting out a wall in Fortnite, which is very off-putting. The minor drawback though is plus minus and star can now only be input in a shift and another key combo, plus there's no individual volume slider or media keys some larger boards have, but these are contained with another one of these combos where you're pressing two keys with the function key. This particular keyboard is the MX Cherry Red version, but it does also come in silver. MSI boasts that it has 100% anti-ghosting with N-key rollover technology and 1000 Hz polling rate when you actually set it to the gaming mode. Looks wise, it's got a metallic finish on the top and that very prominent dragon logo in a darker grey tone by your arrow keys. There is also a strip of what looks like extremely shiny metal dividing your F keys and the rest, but it's actually plastic. Something you actually find on the finishes of the computer components for MSI, but you're never really going to touch that, so you wouldn't know unless you were sort of poking through. But it does look the part. It is a pretty small board, but surprisingly is rather chunky plastic underneath, and the two legs to prop it up are also chunky and feel rather sturdy, and this particular model doesn't come with a palm rest. Personally, I didn't use one before, but their big brother, the GK80 does, which is the full-size keyboard. This keyboard takes up one USB slot and is 2.0, and its cable is braided and pretty thick too, coming in at 1.8 meters, which is long enough for me to comfortably get it behind my desk and behind my PC, which is a little further away. So it's that time, RGB. This keyboard has it out of the wazoo. Normally for me, I'm not sold on the whole concept, apart from keyboards. There's just something very satisfying about typing in a pool of rainbow colours. And the GK70 has light underneath and through the symbols and letters of the keys, plus along the sides there are two of the MSI Dragon logos and kind of like a streak going across that will light to the sides of your board and slightly underneath your keyboard too, so you do get quite a lot of this rainbow effect across the bottom of your desk. For me, it's just something nice in the periphery, and it's not exactly taking over your view of your screen or anything. On control, there is onboard controls using the MSI function key, and you're able to change your brightness, speed, and profiles for your RGB, but you can also just use the Mystic lighting software on your PC. The software also allows Mystic Sync, which lets you sync together the pattern and the color of all of your MSI components, so if you have MSI stuff. Personally, my case is completely closed off with soundproofing, so there's not that much to show here, but that could be an option for you. Finally, another feature they boast is in-keyboard overclocking, with some limited profiles, silent, gaming, and overclocked. It's pretty niche, and a lot of components have fan curves and auto clocks to meet load, but could come in handy. I mean, a lot of the graphics cards now actually have silent modes, they just turn themselves off anyway. Though again, it is only on MSI VGAs and motherboards. Anyway, I've enjoyed my time with the GK70 so far, and especially because its form factor as a Tenkeyless, I think it will be my daily driver from now on over my old keyboard. On pricing in the UK, it's $129.99, so up there with the newer premium gaming boards. And hey, if you're going full MSI, the lighting synchronization and overclocking features might just be an easy combo in the clincher. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I'm thinking about doing a whole overview of the sort of studio setup I've got right now for the start of 2018. Let me know if you'll be interested in the comments section below or something like that. Until next time everyone, Joshino.